Have you ever wondered if plants can talk to each other? It might sound like something out of a fantasy story, but plants actually have their own way of communicating, a secret code that humans have only recently begun to understand. Unlike animals that use sounds or movements to communicate, plants have developed a more subtle and fascinating way of sending messages. This system has been around for millions of years, long before humans ever existed. Today, we're going to dive into the hidden world of plant communication and discover how they manage to share information, warn each other of danger, and even compete with their neighbors. Get ready to be amazed by the incredible ways plants interact in their own silent but powerful language. How plants talk, the chemical language. Plants don't have mouths, eyes, or ears, but they do have a sophisticated way of communicating through chemicals. When a plant faces a threat, like being eaten by an insect, it can release special chemicals called volatile organic compounds, or VOCs, into the air. These chemicals act like a warning signal to other plants in the vicinity. For example, if a caterpillar starts munching on a leaf, the plant can send out a distress signal through VOCs. Nearby plants detect this signal and respond by producing their own chemicals that make their leaves taste bad or even toxic to insects. It's like a neighborhood watch system where everyone looks out for each other to stay safe from intruders. But that's not all. Plants also use these chemicals to communicate with friendly insects. Some plants release a specific scent to attract predators that will eat the insects harming them. Imagine a plant calling for backup when it's under attack. This chemical communication is a powerful tool that helps plants survive and thrive in the wild. The underground network, the Wood Wide Web. Did you know that plants have an underground network similar to the internet? It's called the Wood Wide Web, and it's made up of tiny fungi that live in the soil and connect the roots of different plants. These fungi, known as mycorrhizal fungi, form a vast network that allows plants to share water, nutrients, and even information. Through this network, plants can send out distress signals if they're under attack or share resources with other plants that are struggling. This underground network is especially important in forests where trees rely on each other for support. If a large tree is healthy and has plenty of nutrients, it can share some of its surplus with smaller, younger trees that might not have as much access to sunlight or water. This cooperation helps the whole forest community stay strong and healthy. Scientists have discovered that some trees can even send warning messages through the network if they are attacked by pests, prompting other trees to activate their defenses. Plants that eavesdrop, spying on the competition. Plants are not just good communicators, they are also great listeners. Some plants have developed the ability to eavesdrop on the chemical signals of their neighbors. By doing this, they can learn about potential threats or opportunities in their environment. For instance, if a neighboring plant starts releasing distress signals due to an insect attack, a plant that detects these signals can start preparing its defenses in advance, even before the insects reach it. But eavesdropping isn't just about defense. Plants also use it for competition. When plants detect the chemical signals of competitors nearby, they can alter their growth patterns to become more aggressive, such as growing taller to capture more sunlight or extending their roots further to capture more water and nutrients from the soil. This kind of strategic listening helps plants survive and outcompete their neighbors in the wild. The role of sound. Can plants hear? You might think plants are completely silent, but recent studies suggest that plants can respond to sound as well. Researchers have found that certain plants can hear the sounds of their environment and react accordingly. For example, the roots of some plants grow faster when exposed to the sound of running water, which helps them locate sources of hydration more efficiently. Similarly, some plants seem to react to the buzzing of bees by increasing the sugar concentration in their nectar, making them more attractive to pollinators. These findings suggest that plants are more aware of their surroundings than we previously thought. While they don't have ears like humans or animals, they can still detect vibrations and changes in their environment. This ability to hear allows plants to adapt and respond to their surroundings in ways that help them survive and reproduce. plants and their relationships, cooperation and competition. While we've talked a lot about how plants can communicate and help each other, it's also important to note that plants can compete fiercely for resources. In crowded environments like rainforests, plants are constantly competing for sunlight, water, and nutrients. Some plants release chemicals into the soil that inhibit the growth of other plants around them, a tactic known as allelopathy. This chemical warfare helps them gain more space and resources for themselves. However, not all interactions are competitive. Many plants form mutually beneficial relationships with other species. For example, certain plants have evolved to have a close partnership with specific fungi, which help them absorb water and nutrients from the soil. In return, the plant provides the fungi with sugars produced through photosynthesis. These symbiotic relationships show that while competition is a big part of survival, cooperation can also play a key role in helping plants thrive. The silent conversations of nature. As we've seen, plants are far from passive beings. They have a rich and complex language all their own, communicating through chemicals, sounds, and even underground networks. This silent communication allows them to defend themselves, compete, cooperate, and adapt to their environment. Understanding the secret code of plants not only opens up a fascinating world of discovery, but also reminds us of the incredible intelligence of nature and how much more there is to learn. So next time you walk through a garden or a forest, remember that there's a lot more happening around you than meets the eye. The plants are busy talking, sharing, and strategizing in their own unique way, revealing the hidden wonders of the natural world. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Fact Fusion, and click the bell icon to stay updated on our latest content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.